Greatest of all, an essential subject from Vinipedia. The Supreme Lord is the controller of all other controllers, and he is the greatest of all the diverse planetary leaders. Everyone is under his control. All entities are delegated with particular power only by the Supreme Lord. They are not supreme themselves. He is also worshipable by all demigods and is the supreme director of all directors. Therefore, he is transcendental to all kinds of material leaders and controllers and is worshipable by all. There is no one greater than him, and he is the supreme cause of all causes. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinicote's greatest of all category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books. Similarly, a human being who does not develop a sense of responsibility before he dies is no better than the madman who tries to enjoy material life very happily without concern for the future. It is necessary that every human being be responsible in preparing himself for the next life, even if he has a duration of life like that of Brahm, the greatest of all living creatures within the universe. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.11 33. Sometimes the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself wonders how much transcendental pleasure is within himself, and in order to taste his own potency, he sometimes takes the position of tasting himself. Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself, but he appears as a devotee to taste the sweetness of the transcendental mellow in himself, which is tasted by our Mat Rdhr, the greatest of all devotees. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.33 4. My dear Lord, you are the topmost of all bestowers of all benediction, the oldest and supreme enjoyer amongst all enjoyers. You are the master of all the world's metaphysical philosophy, for you are the supreme cause of all causes, Lord Krishna. You are the greatest of all religious principles, the supreme mind, and you have a brain which is never checked by any condition. Therefore I repeatedly offer my obeisances unto you. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.24 42. There are different types of philosophers, and the greatest of all of them are those who have seen the personality of Godhead and have surrendered themselves in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Among all such pure devotees of the Lord, Devarai and Radha is the chief, and therefore he has been described herein as the greatest of all philosopher devotees. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.13 40. One who tries to relieve our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's anxiety for the fallen souls is certainly a most dear and confidential devotee of the Lord. To blaspheme such a devotee who is trying his best to spread the cult of our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the greatest offense. One who does so is simply awaiting punishment for his envy. Chaitanya Karitam Ta, Antya LL 3.52. From Bhagavad Gita we must learn what God is, what the living entities are, what Prakti is, what the cosmic manifestation is, how it is controlled by time, and what the activities of the living entities are. Out of these 5 basic subject matters in Bhagavad Gita it is established that the Supreme Godhead, or Krishna, or Brahman, or the Supreme Controller, or Paramtm, you may use whatever name you like, is the greatest of all. Bhagavad Gita, Introduction, and Radha Muni said, although Prahlada Arya was born in a family of Asuras, he was the greatest of all devotees. Having thus been questioned by his class friends, the sons of the Asuras, he remembered the words spoken to him by me and replied to his friends as follows. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.7 1. My dear Lord, you are the topmost of all bestowers of all benediction, the oldest and supreme enjoyer amongst all enjoyers. You are the master of all the world's metaphysical philosophy, for you are the supreme cause of all causes, Lord Krishna. You are the greatest of all religious principles, the supreme mind, and you have a brain which is never checked by any condition. Therefore I repeatedly offer my obeisances unto you. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.24 42.